Here we are, the Voller Inventions, I guess we're going to call it. What can you tell us?
Well, to start with, this is called the Super Creeper. It's something I made when I was working on a truck, and by the time I got done with it, I was crippled up and laying on a crushed rock. So I decided something like this would be, and it can work on all terrain, on snow, and on gravel, on grass, whatever. I think the conventional creepers only work on a real smooth surface. This will work any place.
Oh, fun!
And it folds up, so you can carry it like a suitcase, and it's easy to move around. The next one is called the Easy Up. It's for old men like me trying to get into a pickup, and all you have to do is it folds up all the way when you use it. You drop it down like this, and you put your hand on the side and right up inside the truck. It's one of my things I'm most proud of, because it's the competition is $300 and better. This one sells for $60, delivered any place in the United States.
Okay.
It's a collection of tools that I've been tinkering with and making over the years. This is a ratchet wrench with all the sockets are inside of the handle, so that you have every socket you need with it handy. There you go. Another one is a hammer with a pocket for nails, so you can. What's good as a hammer if you haven't got a nail to pound it with. Another one is the crescent wrench. Most people with the crescent wrench, they got to pound on something and wreck the wrench. This way they can use the wrench and pound it and get much more effective. These are little sanders that work on reciprocating saws. So you can put that on there and it'll sand your places that are hard to reach. Another combination tool, you got a crescent wrench, a hammer, and a plier all in one tool. This one is a hammer, slide hammer. You can use it with the vice grip on it, pulling pins and keys, and you can also put this attachment in for pulling boards, and it's reversible, so you can pull the teeth goes either inside or outside. Last one is if you need a little sawing and you need a little exercise at the same time. It's a little unhandy because I forgot to move the seat back.
So it's adjustable.
Yep.
There we go.
There. For long-legged guys, it's better to have it back.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing your contraptions with us.
Well, thank you for stopping.
And I like to play around with inventions. I have never patented any, but it's things that I use at my farm. This ladder eave trough protector. You put it against the wall and it keeps the ladder away from the eave trough. Here you got a paint can holder. It's self-leveling. It's good for right or left-hand painter, and it's right here beside you instead of hanging on a hook behind the ladder. The utility tray for roller painting, and also the utility tray for other uses. Here you got a ladder leg extension. They manufacture them. It's not a new idea, but it's one I also made myself. Here you got a dandelion weeder. We used to have commercial strawberries, and we'd go through the strawberry field and weed the dandelions out. And this is a hydrogen fuel cell. I got 6 more miles to gallon on it. You hook it up to DC current, and it's a fuel cell that I made out of stainless steel plates, and you hook the DC current to it, and it starts to produce hydrogen bubbles and oxygen. I had this hooked on my pickup, and I had a hose going from here to the air filter on the carburetor. This is a valve spring compressor. I hooked that over the valve and screw this in, and it compresses the spring so you can take the keepers out. This is my valve grinder. I use the drill press and put it on high speed, and I bolt this to the table, and the valve is spinning, and it grinds the valve. This is set at 45 degrees. And this is a pocket gopher hole drill. My hands are so big that if I get the hole open with my hand, I got room for 2 traps. And this is just the size of the death clutch. This is a stud brake. It's pretty obsolete today because of nail guns, but pound that in, toenail it here, and then you hit it with the hammer, and then you toenail this side. This is a weed eater caddy. When we raised strawberries, we went down the aisles before picking if there were any weeds, and I'd walk down through, and I'd just go like this and knock the weeds down. You can run it all day long, and it's self-balancing, and you don't get any vibration. This is for painting metal roofs. It's self-adjusting. It's got a magnet here to hold it on the roof. This is a small roto tiller, and we live by the road, and snowplow sometimes gets rocks in our lawn, and so I took the tines off and I made these pedal wheels, and it rakes rock like everything. These are steel file handles. The handles are the file is tapered. I grind a couple notches in it to lock it in. Use PVC pipe and fill it with body putty. I also drill holes through to lock the body putty into the handle. And this is a mole trap spade. I mean mole trap spade, yeah. And when you set that trap, it goes below the tunnel, so you need to cut slots for them to go down in. You just step on it, push it down in, and then pull it out. You got your slots for your trap. This is a walnut picker. It picks walnuts, and handle is so you don't have to bend down to pick it up. You can just walk along. This is a sheetrock stud marker. You hook that on the sheet and you pull it down through, and it marks the where the studs are every 16 inches. Or you can go to 24 inches with this extension. This extension goes on here, and then you can go to and this is adjustable for when you start out. Say it might not be 16 inches to the first one, so you slide it along to whatever distance the first stud is from the corner or from the ceiling.
Well, good. Thanks, Glenn.
And that's about the end of my inventions.
More to come.
For now.
For
anyhow.
now. Thanks a lot, Glenn.
Glenn Kinneberg had an old airframe sitting out in the front of his farm for many years. This is a aerocoup made back in the early 40s, and he had it there for a long time, and then he came up with the idea of making a parade float out of it. So he took a Harley Davidson golf cart, and I put the thing together for him and made a motor so the prop spins and the wings fold up when the for storage. And it's been in quite a few parades, and it draws a lot of attention.
Oh, I bet it does. I've seen it often myself. Yeah. Oh, fun. So how long ago was it that you built?
I think it was last year.
Oh, just last year. Oh.
Yeah, it hasn't been. We just been on the parades this summer with it.
Oh, okay.
It's got a rotating beacon on it, and like I said, you turn on the switch and the prop spins, and that really gets the crowd excited when the thing spins.
Absolutely. We'll take a peek in the cockpit here.
And my name is Joel Strike from Spring Row Battery, and I designed this spot welder to make power tool batteries. And I'll operate it once for you. What we have here is a captive discharge spot welder. Spot welds nickel strips onto the batteries through the use of current through capacitors. Spot welds a nickel strip on. What I used is a drill press for the control head to spot weld the nickel strip on. I used air operated automatically. Come down and triggers 2 switches that spot weld the nickel strip on. The battery charger powers up my capacitors, which are on the back side, that give the spot welder the current to make the spot weld. Basically, it just dumps a whole bunch of current into 2 tabs for the spot welder to make the weld. I guess I got it.
City Hall in the 20s, and then when they got electricity, then it got sold. And I think it was Milford Lansom's uncle that bought it, and he made a splitter out of it. And then it wasn't used then for quite a few years after that again. But that engine that pumped water had 15 horse and had 1,500 pounds of flywheel. So that's quite a thing. You know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, a little chainsaw's got just a few ounces, and
Sure.
got 2 horse, something like this. But I got 5 horse here. I don't need that much.
Sure.
I had a 3 horse on, and that was enough, but I wore it out. So.
Okay.
But,
So how long have you had this all together?
oh, it was in the early 70s
Yeah.
when I put it together.
Yeah. Oh, fun.
So it's originally just for cook stove.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for furnaces.
Sure.
Well, you can throw it in the furnace stuff, but it's, because of the size, it's for cook
Yeah.
stove.
Yeah.
In fact, some of that is pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty big there.
Mm-hmm.
To put in a cook stove, that's about the size.
Sure. Sure.
Round, probably a little bit shorter, but.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.